Hello and welcome to the show. This is East Tennessee Music Scene on the Rise. I am Scott Thomas. Alongside me is
Darth Nugget.
his alter ego. And we're joined by Don. How do you pronounce your last name? Linde. Don Linde. He's a blues musician here in the Knoxville area. And we're just here to see what's going on in his world and talk to him a little bit about different things that he's had go on throughout his time as a musician. First, we'll go ahead and have you just tell us a little bit about yourself and how you got into music, and we'll go from there.
Alrighty, well, I first got involved with music and mostly playing guitar when I was about between 10 and 14. My dad bought an electric guitar for me in a pawn shop for $10 that I still have. And from there, when I was 14, I started writing. And it just grew from there, high school talent shows. And when I was 18, my first gig was playing hay rides out in northern Illinois. So from there I started playing in college and was on the Holly by Golly circuit in southern Michigan that kept me busy every week. And that's basically how I got started.
That's pretty cool. Have you always been interested in blues, or have you dabbled in any other genre of music?
Well, as a songwriter, I'm primarily I call it poetic storytelling. Sometimes I will write things that are just stream of conscience and put it to music. But in terms of my early years, it was actually in those terms. Blues music came along. I play harmonica in addition to guitar, and blues music came along about 15 years ago when I started playing harmonica with some friends of mine up in Michigan. And from there, my wife and I moved down here from about 4 years ago now, and I got involved with the Smoky Mountain Blues Society and played any jams I could play. And actually now I'm on the board of directors for the Smoky Mountain Blues Society, and so I'm very involved in not only blues music in that way, but I've come to just love love blues music and what it does for you, and it's just been a great experience. I've met a lot of new people down here, and they're very supportive of not only blues music but also of songwriting. So Knoxville has been a very good place for us.
You were telling me at one point you, along with your being a board member of the Blues Society, you and your other board members and members of the Blues Society have brought blues music into schools.
Yes, I'm glad you mentioned that. One of my interests, I ended up volunteering to run the Blues in the Schools project. And what we do is send bands or solo artists into either schools here in the Knoxville area or boys and girls clubs of Tennessee Valley. In 2016, I was able to work out shows that reached out to about 1,400 individual students, and again the boys and girls clubs, which was a really good year, and it's a program that is designed to expose younger people to not only blues music, but also to educate them a little bit on how and the roots of blues music. So it's been very well received.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
You
very
said-
cool.
You said you've just gone through the Knoxville area, or have you branched out to other schools in other counties?
Well, actually, we made a program. Had a program last year at it was actually in I forget where it was, either Gatlinburg or Sevierville, for the Boys and Girls Clubs there. So that was a special trip, and we wanted to, give some people the opportunity to hear that. They went through that bad situation with the fires out there, and so
Oh, yeah.
we wanted to kind of bring the program out to them and kind of lighten the load, so to speak.
Our group, East Tennessee Music Scene, did a benefit show for the Gatlinburg fire victims,
Okay,
and that helped out quite a bit,
great.
as far as I know.
Yeah.
And did you have any questions, Aiden?
Okay, so what is one of the songs that you play at like venues?
As a solo artist, my biggest influence is probably Neil Young, since I play both harmonica and guitar. And so I started learning those two instruments together based on Neil Young. But I play, in that genre, James Taylor, the Eagles, Crosby, Stills, Nash, and that type of thing. And also, as a songwriter, try to play as many originals as possible.
Nice.
And do you have a lot of younger kids that listen to your music and come to your shows? And like you said, you go to schools, but do they come out to your shows and watch, like, have an appreciation for the blues genre?
Well, I'll say all of the stuff that I do as an individual solo artist and performing is actually in that the Neil Young and the James Taylor kind of genre. The blues is something that I normally just sit in with bands around town, and so that's my shows are not blues shows. They're more of the classic acoustic.
Sort of acoustic
Type.
rock sort of stuff.
Yeah.
I grew up listening to James Taylor.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it was great
Pretty
stuff.
good songwriter.
Very good stuff. Was there anything else that you were wanting to speak about with regards to your society, your blues society, or any words of wisdom to impart about blues or music in general?
Well, I will suggest that people go to the SmokyMountainBlues.org site and take a look at what we have going on. We've got some really exciting shows. We have Frank Bang coming up this month. We have in April one that you're certainly going to want to consider if we get enough notice. Is the Walter Trout is coming to town, and it's going to be a very, very intimate show with him. And we always would like volunteers. We have a lot to do, and so there are many opportunities for volunteering on the Blues Society. And it's all fun. That's the important part. It's all fun.
If you're not having fun playing music, then maybe you shouldn't be in music.
That's a good rule.
Even for myself, I have fun doing what I do. And I mean, I'm not a musician per se, but I like to listen, and I try to get involved with the music scene as much as possible and however I can. And with regards to your Blue Society and everything that you're doing, we'll make sure that we get some links and stuff posted at the bottom of the video on YouTube so people can maybe get involved more.
That'd be great. Really appreciated.
Yeah, so we'll have everything posted on the bottom of the video. After you get done watching the video, you can scroll down, look at the information at the bottom. We'll have everything posted down there for you to view, and hopefully you'll be getting involved in more of the Blues Society and music in general, because that's what we're all here for, to promote music and to further the East Tennessee music scene and support every musician out there, from blues to heavy metal to hard rock, whatever genre you're in. We want you to know that we're out there to support you, and we're always going to be here to do what we can. If you have any other words to impart on us, go ahead.
Well, no, just I appreciate the opportunity to come in and talk with you today, and just as always, please support live music, because Knoxville is an up-and-coming town for live music, and you'll definitely want to stay tuned and see what's coming up.
And also subscribe and like the video if you like this content.
Definitely.
And also the bands that we're interviewing.
That is true. Thank you very much for mentioning that. All right, this has been East Tennessee Music Scene. We want to say thank you to Don Linde for coming in to talk to us today about the Blues Society and about blues in general and the music scene. And look for more videos to come out in the coming weeks, months, even years. Hopefully we'll be able to go along for quite some time. But we appreciate you watching, and we'll make sure we have all the pertinent information down for Mr. Don Linde and all of his endeavors. So thanks for watching.